Hello, today I'm going to show you how to mod Balatro by making some custom player cards. In order to do this, you will need to have Steam Modded installed. It's very easy to install, but I'm not going to go into detail on how to do that in this video. We're just going to talk about customizing your player deck with a custom texture. I will also be providing this template in the description so that you can easily just fill it in with whatever images you need, and then export it for your mod. So go and make sure you have Steam Modded working, and then continue on with this video. So if you want to use other textures from the game in your cards, I do want to just show you how you can get all the files from the game, because they can be very useful if you want to get a bit deeper into modding. Of course, you can just use the template I provided and then make your own original images. But if you want to take more textures from the game, you got to go to your folder where your exe for the game is. Usually that'll be wherever you installed Steam, and that's usually in your program files. But I installed the game somewhere else. And you can also get to your local files for the game by right-clicking, manage, and then go to browse local files. So once you're in the location for your exe file, it'll just look like this, and you'll think like, well, there's nothing here. There's no textures or folders or anything. Well, you can simply unzip the exe file. I have zip here, so I will just click extract to Balatro, and that will make a folder for it. And there you go. You have the entire game. And in resources, you can find textures and then the folder for all the textures. There's two different ones. The ones in 1x are smaller than the ones in 2x. But you'll have access to all of the image files for all of the cards and the chips and whatever. So this is where you can get the image file for the cards, the one that I will provide in the template. So yeah, that is how you access the texture files if you want to go and find those. But we're just going to have our template file here. Right now, I've provided a background layer just so you can clearly see what's here. And then these outlines are just the boundaries for the cards themselves. You'll want to make sure you hide both of those things when you export this as a PNG file. But let's just do some little tweaks for the colors on this. So this is the texture that I'm going to use, and I'm going to hide both of these, and I will export these as a PNG file. So I am in my folder for my mods, and I have my folder here that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to go into assets, and I'm going to save over my existing template PNG that I have. Make sure it's named template cards, or at least whatever you're going to name your mod. And so I'm just going to replace that file. And now I have this new texture, and it should be this size. Make sure you have the right size for your image for the 2x folder, which is 1846 pixels wide and 760 pixels tall. Once you have this, which we can see is the edited texture, I'm going to pull this back into Photoshop or whatever editing program it is, and I'm going to change the image size. We're going to change the image to fit the 1x folder, which is 923 by 380. So let's take that and make this. And we're also going to want to make sure resample is checked and set to nearest neighbor. This is so that we can make sure it has the crisp pixelated edges. Of course, if you don't want that for whatever reason, you can just choose one of these other options. Usually bicubic is the best option. But we're going to make that nearest neighbor. And as we can see, this is all pixelated. And now we are going to save as a PNG again. Go to our 1x folder and save on top of our old image. So now we have a smaller image, as we can see, in our assets folder. So you should make sure both of your PNG files are named the same file. This is templatecards.png. This is also templatecards.png. So make sure those are named the same. And so now we're going to go to our Lua file, which ignore the PSD. This is just the template that I'll provide. You'll probably want to delete that whenever you release your mod. But we are going to open our templatecards.lua, and you can use Notepad++ or even just normal Notepad, and you'll see this code. This is very simple, and you'll just basically be replacing some of these words. The mod name is whatever you're going to name your mod. I'll put a space here. So this is template cards. And then for my mod ID, it's template cards, but there's no space. Don't put any spaces here. Then mod author, obviously put your name in these brackets. Mod description is just whatever describes your mod. Now there's two other simple things you'll need to change, and that is this here. This is your mod ID. So whatever you put here, you'll want to make sure is here. Make sure they are typed exactly the same. The second one is for your PNG files. So again, you'll just need to make sure the word here is the same as your PNG file. So in this case, it's templatecards.png, and make sure that they are exactly the same. That's also why you want them to be the same in both of these folders, because it needs to call that name from both of those folders. So this is the only thing you'll have to change. And once you're sure that all of this stuff is exactly as it should be, you can just save and close your file. So now is just installing your mod. And so in order to install your mod, you'll have to go to the mod folder for Balatro, and you're going to put your Lua file right in here. So in this case, I do already have my own cards installed. So I'm just going to remove these real quick, which there is a texture mod manager that someone has made. And so I have not used that personally. And so I have not looked into how to use it, but let's just go with only one texture mod right now. So you are going to take your Lua file in your assets folder and just toss it right in here. And that's all that you have to do, is just throw it in there. Once we've done that, we are going to run the game and see our textures. As we can see, there's already a card here that looks a bit different. So let's just start a new game and take a look at our deck. And there you go. There's your different cards. They're all very colorful. And obviously all I did was a simple recolor, but you can change any of these images to whatever you'd like. My existing mod replaced all of them to have much larger text and letters rather than little symbols. So you can do all kinds of customization. And so, yeah, that's how you mod and create a new set of textures for a deck. And as I said, I will provide a template in the description for you to use. Yeah, if anyone has any questions or is confused about anything, let me know. Just make sure that you have Steam Modded installed, or else this will not work. So yeah, thank you for watching.